When the rideshare industry first came to Chicago, driving for Uber and Lyft promised good wages, flexible hours, and a reliable way to make ends meet. But 10 years later, it's a different story.
My income has gone down, I would say roughly in the past 2.5 to 3 years by 50 to 70%, just from all the changes that Uber and Lyft are making. They are taking so much money that it's almost like they're stealing from their employees.
Drivers are spending more and more time on the road, but they're getting stiffed by profit-hungry rideshare companies. Many now find it difficult to stay in the industry.
The way the gig economy works is it starts off really good. Like everything's great. There's tons of money. Investors are pushing money into the companies. And a lot of people rely on rideshare because they don't have a lot of other options for work they can do. Rideshare gave people with health issues, people with disabilities, people who have family responsibilities, the ability to work with dignity. And then they sort of just pulled the rug out from under people.
Probably a couple months into my driving, I got into a car accident while driving for Uber, and I got hurt permanently. My injuries are something that I'm just going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. I have chronic pain, and I have a lot of physical limitations. So I'm one of many drivers who do this full-time and don't really have a lot of options. Drivers are truly losing everything, and their lives are being destroyed.
One study from the UC Berkeley Labor Center found that your average Chicago rideshare driver took home less than $11 an hour from the companies.
These drivers are out there risking their lives basically for pennies. In some cases, they're not even making a profit because the cost of running their vehicle is not as much as they're earning on a ride.
In Chicago, the tides are changing for workers. Last year, our city's minimum wage hit $16 an hour, bringing folks that much closer to a living wage. But the 85,000 rideshare workers who make Uber and Lyft actually profitable deserve to get their fair share too.
Protect rideshare workers. We need a living wage.
Since 2019, the Chicago Gig Alliance has been fighting to get drivers that pay raise. City Council has legislation in front of them to increase driver pay, establish minimum fares that make sure each trip is worth their time, and cap the amount of money that Uber and Lyft take from each ride. Rideshare drivers can't afford to do this job anymore. If City Council doesn't act now, they'll be stuck in low-paying jobs, or leave the industry altogether. Learn more about the campaign and how you can get involved at chicagogigalliance.org.